So in today's episode, I had put up a poll on Instagram and asking our listeners what they would like us to talk about. And so this one came in. It's talking about work-life balance. So we thought we would tackle this today. I think every single one of us has a different work schedule. Mel, you're 100% at home. I am hybrid. However, 100% at home for right now. And then Andrea, you go into the office every single day. So plus we have, I have kids. Mel, you're also a teacher. So I think we all have different, things going on in our lives. And so I think we can each give our own perspective on this. And let me just
Well,
say, it's hard.
Yeah.
work is
And
hard, period.
work is hard, life is hard, finding that balance is hard. And I do want to say that sometimes there's not going to be balance. Sometimes
Mm-mm.
there's going to be times whenever your work takes more of a priority. And
Mhm.
so, with my particular job, if we have releases coming up, we have PI planning in, 2 weeks. And so I'm really putting in extra hours for requirement gathering. And so that's been the priority right now. But then, things will, I say slow down, but not really. But, things will shift to where
Right.
you can get back to, not working as much. So
Mm-hmm.
just know that, I don't think that to think that your work life relationships everything is going to be in balance all the time. I think that's just setting you up for failure. And so it's never going to be like that. There's going to be times
Mhm.
when there's going to be ebbs and flows.
I totally agree with that. I mean, I went from one job where I was working 4 days a week and and commuting, and I was commuting probably 45 minutes one way. And so I had a completely different work life balance than I do now at home 100% because I have time to do other things. I'm not commuting, I'm not,
Mhm.
so I've really, I'm relishing in this right now because I know it's going to end.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to just keep that zen about me with my job because I like my job. I close my office door, the one I'm in right now. I close it at 5 p.m. because my work day's done. Like, so
Right.
I'm really still adjusting to it, but I'm starting to find that more even flow balance, because you do have to, when you work from home, you have to cut it off.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Well,
Agree.
well, that's my problem is I work in the office and I work at home. So
ugh,
I'm working constantly.
well, we don't all have 10 side gigs.
Well, well,
Some of us have
that
just two.
that little thing where it's like we're so close to just like we're almost to our tipping point with our debt and
Mm,
paying things off, and it's just like if we, the last 3 months of the year, it's like we just hustle and we can do it. Like we're actually to the point where we're seeing the light at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the
good.
tunnel. Um, so my work-life balance is out of control right now. It has been probably for the last 2 to 3 months. And I've still been, I've really been trying to focus on me and like my routine. But I was actually just telling my husband last night, I'm like, I need to just get my flow back, get my schedule, because when I go into work and I'm in the office, I'm so all over the place. I don't have my flow at work
Mm-hmm.
either.
Mm,
And I'm like, this
mm-hmm.
is not usually like me. Usually work is the one thing that I'm very on point with. And right now I'm in this phase where I'm just like, shit's out of control.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
is that
So,
because you're not really happy with your job and you think that that's what's interrupting your flow?
um, yes, partially.
Mm-hmm.
But also because I just don't set boundaries with what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to do it all
Mm-hmm.
and I can't do it all.
Oh.
So, I think I just need to, when I go into work, I'm not making my list like I used to be, my paper and pen list, and I'm trying to now find different ways to do it, um, digitally, if you will, but I haven't found the right program that really hits all the things that I need. And if I'm going to have to spend money on it, then that's my next step, is where I need to start investing in myself to be more productive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my work-life balance right now. But, on the weekends, my husband works Saturday mornings. So, I'm doing my side hustle Saturday mornings. But then the rest of the weekend, we carve time for ourselves. Like
Take a trip.
we, oh, don't worry, we will. We either take a day trip or whatever, or we side hustle together.
Yeah.
Because we have that ability to do so. And, even if we're in the car for a few hours together, I mean, we're still spending time together and having that quality time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's rewarding because we're making the money, because we know what like, if we go out and say we make $200 today, I'm like, no, that $200 is going to go directly
Mm-hmm.
to whatever bill, and that bill's
Mm-hmm.
going to be paid off. So
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, it's
You
we're
guys
just
are
in a
doing it
weird little funk.
together
Yeah.
rather than having these financial goals and kind of feeling like you both are in a silo. By you
Hmm.
guys going out and doing your side hustles together, you
Hmm.
both know why you're doing it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Plus he carries the heavy packages.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I
Well, if
think my biggest tip as far as working goes, so I wake up at the butt crack of dawn. Like I wake up at
mm-hmm.
4. I was up at 4:30 today.
Mm.
Um and so, for me it's there was a time whenever work was so overwhelming that I would wake up at 4:30, and instead of like working out or doing whatever, I would hop on work and start working.
Mm.
I've really made myself not do that. I refuse to log on to work before 7. But again, that's because I work from home. If I was going into the office, I wouldn't be logging on until at least 8.
Right.
Right.
And I make it a point that I close, Mel, like you, I close my laptop down
Mm-hmm.
like 5.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I try to do 4, but sometimes I have meetings that go past that. The one thing that I do find that helps me and that I've really implemented is I do a lot of time blocking.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it helps me time blocking helps me focus on the things that I need to focus on for that particular amount of time without having the guilt or the restless mind of thinking, okay, what's coming up next?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
on my work calendar, so we use Outlook, of course. So like every single morning from 7 to 8, because like I said, I'll log on at 7 at home. From 7 to 8, I have emails and like kind of prep for my day.
Hmm.
And so that's the first hour of my day. I kind of see if there's anything new coming in. I go through emails and that kind of stuff. And then I also, at the end of the day, I take 30 minutes to kind of look at the next day to
Mm-hmm.
start prepping.
Yep.
And finishing up with my emails. I try not to be in my inbox all day. So I
Mm-hmm.
have particular times on my Outlook calendar that is like, okay, review emails, because otherwise I'd be in my inbox all day and I wouldn't get anything done.
Now, here's
Right.
the hard part with Outlook, is that if you use the desktop app, the calendar and the email are combined. So it's like you can't just close it, because you never know where you're supposed to be if you're looking at the calendar, whatnot. So like you'd have to almost use the web version just to strictly have the calendar. And then that way you're not distracted. Because my problem is that I cannot stand the little ping, ping, ping going off all day. I can't stand the fact that the thing says you have notifications. I have to look at them. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah, I don't pay
you have
attention
to
to
you
that.
have to close.
Mm-mm.
I always have it on the calendar view
Mm,
so I know what's coming up. Um, I use OneNote for like to keep track of like all of my tasks or my notes. Like OneNote's my Bible, my to-do
mhm.
list, like all of that kind of stuff. Um, Yeah, I don't let, like, I'll see the emails coming through. The one thing that helps me too is I only have 2 monitors here, but at the office I have 3. I will keep my Outlook on like my side monitor. That way, if something does come through, like I have the sounds turned off,
Mm-hmm.
but if something comes through, then I don't really see it because it's not on my big screen.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
but then that really helps me also, that helps me whenever it does come time for me to close it down, and then I take like 30 minutes to kind of transition from like work mode to home life mode. Even though I'm at
Mhm.
home, I need that 30 minutes to like
It's
change
like your
my
commute.
yeah, like
Yeah.
change my thoughts into, okay, what am I doing now kind of thing. Um and what I find is challenging is that there's some mornings because I've been going back to the gym, and so they don't open till 5. Whereas if I was working out at home, I would start working out at like 4:30,
Right.
Mhm.
right? So on the mornings that I have the boys and I have to take them to their dads to get the school bus, I'm still trying to like figure that all out. Or the time whenever I do have to go into the office, I might have to have like kind of like a on non-boy days, this is what my day morning looks like. On the mornings I have the boys, this is what it looks like too. And so I think that's like another tip, is that every single day doesn't have to look the same. If your schedule changes, like if it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, your day kind of looks the same, but then Tuesday and Thursday looks different. You can have different schedules for different days. Like it doesn't have to
Mhm.
be all or
The
nothing. It
same.
doesn't, every
Right.
day doesn't have to look the same. So I think sitting down the night before and kind of looking at your schedule and planning ahead really helps. I think a lot of times if we're just going through the day like on autopilot or in
Right.
reactive mode, then at the end of the day, you're like, what the hell did I get done?
Yeah, not productive at
Nothing.
all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So I think making that plan the night before really, really helps. Setting those time blocks really, really help, because then you can know exactly what you're focusing on.
Mhm.
Um, and I think, as all of us are trying to still navigate, is really making that time for yourself too. And while you may not be a morning workout kind of person, or maybe you feel like you don't have the amount of time to get it done in the morning, you have to find what works for you. But I will say the mornings where you work out, I feel like you're more productive,
Yeah.
Oh
right?
yeah.
And with the people that we, mentor and that are in our wellness community, like you can notice a difference
Difference.
compared to the people that work out in the morning and people who work out in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
Oh
people
yeah.
who work out in the morning, I feel like their day is a lot more productive. They have higher energy levels,
They make
um,
better food choices
better
because they've
food
Yep.
worked out.
choices. Yep. Yep. Than the people that work out at nighttime. And
Yeah.
so, I know at first it may seem daunting to waking up at 4:30. Um,
But you don't even have to wake up that early because, I mean, a workout could be anything. It could be, 10 minutes of yoga. It could be,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It doesn't mean you have to go and go
Doesn't mean you
walk
have to go
3
to the
miles
gym.
at
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
5 in the morning,
And it really just depends on how long it takes you to get to work, what your commute
Mhm.
looks like, how long does it
Mhm.
take you to get ready, right?
Mhm.
Right.
But, the one thing is that if you want to transition to that morning workout time, set your workout clothes out the night before,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and don't use your phone as your alarm clock. Like, get one of those really annoying alarms that go "Ah, ah, ah, ah," and put it like in your bathroom. That way you have to get
Have to
up
get up.
to turn it off. Um, but I think whenever we start the day with taking care of ourselves, I think that I think we do a much better job at managing that quote
Work and life.
unquote balance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
I
agree. I
agree.
totally agree.
And
I
that's
think
probably been
that's
my problem because the last few months I have not been, yeah, we've gotten up and gone for walks and things, but it hasn't been consistent.
Mhm.
mhm.
And that's my problem.
Yeah, you were really you were really doing it every day there for a little
Well, you've
bit.
been sick also, Andrea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we dealt with that, and then we were traveling, and
Yeah.
so it was just September was a cluster.
I don't know where September went to be
I don't know
honest with
where
you.
October is going. It's the
Yeah.
14th already.
Hmm. Well,
It's
don't
gonna be
worry, soon
Christmas
it'll be
before you knew it.
soon. No, it'll be November 11th first.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've already told the boys, I'm like, I need Christmas lists. Like start thinking of what you want for Christmas because it's literally going to be here. And I'm not the kind of person that like waits to the last minute. Like I like all of my Christmas shopping to be done by like the end of November.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah, no, I'm not that.
No, me either.
I'm ordering Amazon like the week of Christmas.
Right?
Oh boy. Well, ladies, I mean,
Do you have any other tips or things that you guys do?
I think just for me, just because I'm like re-entering this,
Mm-hmm.
phase, um, is just one thing at a time. Today I drank my Energize.
Yeah.
I haven't had my Energize since God knows when.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of, one step at a time. Maybe tomorrow I'll drink my Energize and I don't know, journal because I haven't done that in months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's my plan and that's my advice. One thing
Yep.
at a
Mhm.
time. Baby steps.
And
Yeah.
I have learned, because I have always been so hard on myself for not getting up and doing a workout, not eating perfect and everything. And, that whole Ozempic ordeal
Mm,
has really, coming off of it, I see now, what's more important, the way that I feel. If I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like, if my body is telling me, just you don't have to do it today. I'm not like being hard on myself anymore about it. I'm learning that balance of, working out days I feel good and
hmm
eating right, things like that. And I'm just not being hard on myself anymore because I feel like that has caused me a lot of undue stress and
Mm-hmm.
anxiety.
hmm
So
Love
I'm
I
that.
mean,
just,
I would have to agree because sometimes I would see it, you'd say, "Oh, I feel like shit today," but then, later in the day I see you posting your picture, but you're not um like I could tell in your picture that
Yeah.
you just weren't excited about it. You were just doing it to get through it.
It was like
yeah.
And
a box that you felt like you needed to check off.
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, when I feel good, I'm doing it. And if I don't, because I want to make sure I put the effort towards that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that goes with anything that you're doing, you know, work, whatever, life, marriage, anything, you just have to do that.
mhm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know with the whole health and wellness thing, um, I've really been focusing on just steps.
Mhm.
And
mhm,
Mhm.
so just being really conscious of moving more,
Yeah.
mhm,
right? And whether that's through your workout, but also just throughout the day.
Yeah.
yeah,
So, a gal that I work with, I have a walking pad. She just bought a walking pad yesterday. And so that's one thing that we're going to kind of help each other also is, on calls where we just basically have to listen, we're going to get out our walking pad and we're going to walk. Right.
Good.
And so ever since I've been kind of making that transition in my brain to focus
mm,
more on just daily movement and
Mhm.
increasing those steps, I've been hitting like more than 7,000 steps a day,
nice.
which
That's
is
awesome.
huge
Mhm,
because I was like 1,000 something,
Yeah.
2,000 something.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think also, when we talk about this work-life balance, again, making sure that you do something for you that makes you feel good, that gives you
Mhm.
energy, that you look forward to, because that is going to carry over into how you work.
Mhm.
yep.
If you have kids, the patience level that you have with your kids or
Or a
with your
husband.
spouse.
Yep.
Sexy time, you'll notice your sexy time improves, your quality of sleep improves. And so I think a lot of times we think that we look at these things in life as a silo,
Mhm,
Mhm.
whereas everything is so intertwined and it really impacts all areas, And so just be mindful of that. And,
Yep.
try any of the tips that we shared today. If you try them, comment, let us know how they're working for you. Take Andrea's advice and add in one piece this week. How can you, as you go into this week, what can you implement?
Yeah.
At the end of the week,
What's
let us
one
know how
thing-
it went.
what's one thing that you can commit to?
Yeah.
You can commit to doing it every day, because that's the only way you're going to do it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, this
Okay.
has been very enlightening. So thank you so much. I need it because I have to work on my balance every day.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
And I think, to just wrap things up, be open that it can change at any time, and that's
Mhm.
okay. It
Mhm.
doesn't, if something's not working, why do it? Like,
Right.
find something that does work and just make little tweaks here and there and just, make it fit your lifestyle
hmm
in order to get things done. I think
Exactly.
we complicate things way too much a lot of
Oh
times.
gosh, all the time.
All the
All the
time.
time.
We analyze
Overthink
things
it.
and
Yes.
yeah, I'm
I'm
guilty.
glad I'm not the only one.
No. No. Kevin's always like, "Why are you creating dragons just to slay?"
Well,
Why are you
I
just
like saying dragons.
why are
Yeah.
you just creating all of these obstacles that really don't matter, you
Yeah.
know? So, all
That's
right.
right.
Love
Well,
ya.
thanks. Love y'all. Have a good
Talk to
day.
you soon. Bye.
Bye.